Well, hello. Oh, I do have a couple of people. Hello. How are we? No, fair enough. Well, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I'm sort of just, yeah. You looking forward to tonight at the Nürburgring, or the Nordschleife? You know what, screw it. Not many people are going to jump on this one live simply because I'm doing this sort of very last minute. I'm just about feeling good enough since throwing up on Friday to really start doing comps and get back into everything. So without further ado, I'm just going to crack on. So welcome to Sardegna, a track that I've had very bad experience on beforehand, doing a different layout that we did back in season 12, I think it was. Yeah, well, welcome to tier 4 Sardegna. I know, we're slowly catching up, getting there, slowly but surely. I'll actually go through the standings very briefly before this race. A lot of people will know obviously what's going on, but screw it. So we got Suavi leading the championship with Auto 2 points behind going into this race. So the two championship contenders are on first and second and very much need to battle it out. We then got Cherry in third, we got Davi in fourth, and we got Yuri rounding off the top 5 in the championship standings. On the constructors, we got the Toyota Supras in first position, the Renaults in second, about 23 points behind. We then got the Lamborghinis in third, about 14 points, I believe, yeah, 14 points behind them. So, going through the grid very quickly, we got Auto on first with a very good lap time. I seem to very vaguely remember this this qualifying session. I had a terrible night here, terrible quali, terrible sprint, and a terrible feature. Anyway, again, like I said in the previous 2 tier 4 videos, yes, I'm in this race, I'm in 8th position. I'm not going to show any bias at all. If there's good moves that I know happened, I will show them. If there's people that want to tell me if there's good moves, by all means tell me. Anyway, we got Auto in first, we got Suavi in second, we got Moo in third. So the two GR Supras in second and third, so good for their constructors extension. We got Yuri in fourth, we got Cherry in fifth, we got Pasti in sixth. So Cherry and Pasti in the two Lamborghinis together, going to try and extend their constructors. Morning. there's a Moo car. Yeah, I know, it's going to be even more appropriate next race when we go to the cow fields. We got Cherry and Pasty in 5th and 6th, looking at doing some teamwork to get themselves, some more points for their constructors charge, as well as getting Cherry a bit further up the timesheets. We then got Granelli in 7th, good qualifying session from him. We got Gunmad in 8th, his teammates all the way up in 4th position, so Gunmad's got a little bit of work to do. And then got O'Leary in 9th in a Ferrari. Somehow Ferrari's made it into the top 10. We then got Dr. Esti in 10th, rounding off the top 10. We then got JMS in 11th, and bringing up the rear is Jin in 12th position. So let's get cracking as we got 3, 4, 5 red lights, and off we go. Somebody gets a little bit of wheel spin. Gunmad seems to have gotten a lightning start at the back. Auto seems to have gotten a really cracking start as well. Yuri's already up to 2nd position after overtaking both Supras down the start-finish straight. As we come into turn 1, Swavy outbreaks Yuri. Cherry goes up the inside of Yuri. I think that might have been Gunmad going off into the gravel a little bit further back. So Gunmad's fighting with Moo and Pasty. Them two not had the greatest of starts. Gunmad now back down to 7th. JMS has had a fantastic start, so's Jin. Dr. Esti and the Audi R8 of Martin Gunmad's gotten all over the shop at the moment, as Jin makes up a good load of positions. He's now gone from last to 8th position in Sector 1. As we go further forward, Moo's dropping back down. JMS is starting to pick up the pieces as Cherry and Pasty make up positions, and so does Yuri. So going into this really awkward hairpin style corner for the first time, as Auto's going to try and extend his lead a little bit. As Granelli goes a little wide coming through that set of corners, Dr. Esti's dropped down, and O'Leary's dropped right back down as well. As we go too wide through this really tricky section, as O'Leary touched the gravel, and he's going to be the first one to make contact with the wall. There, that is a very, very quick, tricky corners. Further up ahead, we've got Granelli. Esti's found the grass. So, after lap 1, let's see if we can find any battles very quickly. I think this is going to be at one of our close. No, it's not. Let's go further up. As Yuri's lost out 3rd position to Cherry for a moment. Cherry goes up the inside. Cherry makes it stick. Now here comes Pasty. Can Pasty capitalise on Yuri's missed position through turn 1? He can. So the two Lamborghinis now ahead of the Mercedes, and here comes Moo and JMS just in the background starting to catch up. Pasty looks like he struggled a little bit out of that corner. Yuri got a slightly better drive, has a look, doesn't make it work this time. So let's stick with this group just for a moment, as the two Lamborghinis are starting to extend. Yuri's defending from Moo. So the two Lamborghinis now starting to stretch out their gap, starting to stretch away from Yuri. They're going to try and chase down Swavy and Auto. Swavy and Auto just seem to be in a league of their own at the moment, as Swavy's tucked right onto the back of Auto. So Auto's now got to defend from a really, really quick Supra down the start fit, down this little back straight through the last corner, little kink. As Swavy gets it completely sideways. How do you... I've never seen a car go sideways there. Does he take too much curb? Whoa, well held. Very, very well held. That could have very easily gone wrong, or even into the pit lane. Very well held, my good sir. Now that's just burned off all the time he made up over the past 2 laps, and now he's going to be potentially in the clutches and grips of Cherry. Now, speaking of Cherry, we've got Cherry versus Pasty. And how's Pasty played the team game? I think he potentially could. We'll have to wait and see. Swavi's already pieced the scene. Swavi's already checked out. The two Lamborghinis are now actually going to start fighting, which is not the wisest of moves. As Pasty goes around the outside of Cherry. That's a fantastic move. What a move from Pasty going around the outside. Them two should really be working together as well. We go a bit further back, as we have got JMS versus Jin versus Gumad. Gumad's right on the back of Jin's exhaust pipe. Are we going to see a move? He does have a look up the inside. Oh no! Whoa! Ooh, right, okay. So obviously I know what happened because I'm obviously driving, so I'll go through this. Now, before I do Jin any misjustice here, this wasn't his fault. So, on this race, Jin was lagging out a lot. I say lagging out a lot. There was a lot of lag, and on Jin's perspective, JMS is flicking between here, about here, and back where I am. He's flicking all over the place. On top of that, on Jin's perspective, on the radar, I'm still back here. I'm not, it doesn't look like I'm going up the inside. Now, also on Jin's perspective, JMS spins roughly here or catapults over this direction, so Jin's turning left out of instinct to get clear, which unfortunately hits me, and poor Granelli has got nowhere to go. Slams into me, gets knocked backwards. Dr. S ghosts, so Dr. Essie goes straight through, and O'Leary has to take a little bit of avoiding action to get past the Audi R8, and then yeah. So for those wondering what Jin and I were on about a couple of weeks ago, yeah, that was nuts. It was nuts, JOS. So for those wondering what was mentioned a couple of weeks ago and what happened, why is Dr. Esty just loving grass today? Or did he actually? Oh, he just went in a bit too hot. Okay. Okay, so yeah, for those wondering why Tier 4 didn't have any reports, that would have been reported, but because Jin showed his perspective, pressure and gone somehow, yeah. I mean, I was really hoping I could get up the inside of Jin to then start pressuring you, but obviously that didn't happen. Never mind. So we carry on. Yeah, as I was saying, it would have been reported, but as soon as I saw Jin's point of view, it was very, very clear. Regardless if I reported it or not, there's just so much lag that nothing would have come out of it. It's just, unfortunately, I just got really, really unlucky, which happens. So we're going to stay with this group because this is the closest group on track at the moment. So we got Auto in first, we got Swavi in second, we got Pasty in third, we got Cherry in fourth, being challenged by Yuri in fifth, and Moose challenging Yuri around the outside and makes it work. As they're now going side by side through this tight little section, Yuri has to back out of it just a little bit. Yeah, Yuri has to back out of it to make sure they do not have a crash as they go round this horrible left-hand kink. So Moo's now up to fifth, Yuri's now down to sixth. After having a strong qualifying session, Moo's now starting to claw back some places. Yuri's had an absolute excellent run. He's giving Moo a little bit of a push, trying to bump draft. It'd be smart if he bump drafted Moo and pushed him into the Lamborghinis to let Moo and Cherry have a battle to then potentially capitalise. So no move going into turn one. Does Yuri have a little look coming into this left-right section coming up? No, he doesn't. He stays wide. Looks to the late apex on the left. Then the late apex on the right. Prioritise the exit. Moo gets a little squiggly on the exit. Is this going to allow Yuri to capitalise? Gets closer. Now Cherry's backing up. Now Moo's starting to catch up to Cherry. Yuri's still with him. So the battle for fourth is still on. Moo using the straight line speed of that Supra to really reel in Cherry. So that's going to be a thing to watch. This track does have some long straights, so does the Notchlife that we're going to this evening, and I will be doing hopefully soon, as Yuri finds the grass as he's trying to gain just a little bit of extra speed. So that doesn't look like it's cost him anything actually. He got really lucky that time. Moo, however, Moo's got a little bit sideways as he's coming out of the proper final corner. Has become charging down the hill round the right hander. Has jumped to Moo's perspective. As he comes down the start finish straight, does Moo? Can Moo make anything of the straight line speed? Cherry does defend. Cherry defends on the inside going into turn one. Who's the bravest on the brakes? It looks like Cherry's going to hold on to it. No, Moo gets it. Moo sweeps around the outside, gets a lovely move done into turn one. And here comes Yuri. Can Yuri capitalise on Cherry? Cherry's missed position. He can. So Cherry's lost out 2 positions. Yuri has gained 1. Moo has gained 1. Let's jump forward to the leaders. Let's see what they're up to. So, Swavi with the fast lap, the previous lap. Can Swavi make anything happen to Auto? Auto's been lapping about a second or so slower than Swavi behind him. So this is now going to be an interesting battle as Auto takes that corner just a little bit wider than Swavi. Swavi's now all over the back of Auto. Can Swavi make anything work? So we go around this left-hander. Both drivers use the grass. Swavi comes off worse. Auto comes out of it in a much better position. So can Swavi catch back up to Auto again, as Pasty's now reeling in these two as well. Let's just jump back through the rest of the grid quickly. Whoa, what do we just witness? What did we just witness? Whoa, Cherry, that was incredibly lucky to keep that out of that wall. That could have been huge. So Cherry getting extremely lucky with and having very good car control coming out of the last corner. That's 2 drivers that have got loose out of that last corner. Let's just follow Swavi for just another couple of corners. Let's see if Swavi can reel it back in Auto again as we come up to this hairpin, as we go up this hill. In the background we've got Yuri all over the back of Moo, which we'll jump to in just a moment. So Swavi not able to do anything this time. Moo defending slightly on the inside. It's going to compromise his exit just a little bit. Let's jump back forward. Let's jump back forward and let's watch our 2 race. Well, I say the 2 race leaders. Let's watch the 2 championship contenders. As we come down the start finish straight, I have a slight inkling suspicion Swavi might have a go here. So deep in the slipstream. Auto staying on the inside, on the left-hand side of that track. Is he going to defend? Auto defends, allowing Suave to go right around the potentially go around the outside. No, not going to work this time. Although Suave finds the gravel, that's not going to do you too good, mate. So let's have a quick look through the rest of the grid as Moo defends from Yuri as we go through the S's. So this is really going to offset Moo as Cherry's dropped right off the back of these two. So Moo doing all he can to defend that 4th spot as he's drifting coming out of the final corner. Let's jump back forward again as Auto's managed to pull another bit. There's a little bit of time out of Suave. Excuse me, I can't speak English at the moment. So Pasty's still in 3rd. In the middle of these two battles going on for 4th and for 1st. Excuse me. As Cherry is in sort of no man's land trying to catch back up. JMS is in 7th. Jin's still in 8th. O'Leary's in 9th. Dr. ST's in 10th. Potentially challenging for 9th at the moment. We then got Gunmad in 11th. Starting to crawl back. These two have dropped right back off due to their accident. And then we got Granelli in 12th position. As we come on to the last lap of this sprint race, as Auto has been very, very consistent throughout this entire race. Is he going to last one more lap in 1st position? As Pasty's starting to drop a little bit, potentially could be in the clutches of Moo, but we're going to stick with top 2. Right, that's all set up correctly. Cool. Suave looks like he gets a bit of a better exit this compared to the last lap. Can't Suave make anything happen going up to the hairpin? Pasty's managed to pull a bit more of a gap to Moo and Yuri. I don't think anything's going to happen to 3rd, 4th and 5th this time as Suave does go for it. Suave makes a huge lunge into the hairpin. Let's go back and watch that again. We go up the hill in the Supra under the Gran Turismo sign. Auto was just caught sleeping, and Suave makes the move and makes it work and stick. So fantastic move from Suave on the last lap. Can Auto respond in these next couple of corners? Auto's car's a lot more stable as he finds the grass on the exit. That's not going to help you, mate. So Suave is going to have victory unless he has a colossal cock up. Nope, as Pasty comes in. As Pasty's going to try and challenge for 2nd position. Can Pasty sweep it around the outside? Let's stick at it and find out. No, I don't think it's going to be enough. Pasty tries, it's not quite enough as Suave takes victory with Auto in 2nd, Pasty in 3rd, Moo in 4th, Yuri in 5th, JMS weaving down the straight to celebrate a 7th. Good sprint race from him. Jin in 8th, Dr. ST in 9th, O'Leary in 10th. Gunmad, after a really, really tricky sprint race, having a collision that was just horrible luck, comes around in 11th, and then Granelli again having a collision that he had nothing to do with at all, comes around in 12th position. So, yeah, the sprint race was just really, really unlucky for 2 of the drivers. They just got really, really unlucky. But it happens. Unfortunately, that's That's the reality of sim racing. You can't always control everything. Now, the feature. The pit lane is shortish here. You could get away with a 2-stop, potentially. However, it does depend on, obviously, the race distance and everything like that. Now, I want to start off by saying Gr3 is here. So Gr3 was late on this occasion. So Gr3 did jump in halfway through the sprint session. He did let everybody know he was going to be late, so he starts at the back of the grid for this feature. Now, as we start this feature, we got O'Leary in first on the mediums, Dr. Esty in the mediums, Jin in second, Jin in third on the mediums, JMS fourth on the mediums, Cherry in fifth, Yuri in sixth, Mo in seventh, Pasti in eighth, Auto in ninth, Swavi the sprint race winner in 10th, Gumad in 11th, Grinelli in 12th, and Gr3 in 13th. Every single driver's on the mediums. So there's going to be no tyre difference initially. As we make a move, Dr. Esty seems to have grabbed himself a really good start. It seems like O'Leary's car just has, the Italian car's not really been able to get itself powered up, as Dr. Esty tries to go around the outside of turn 1, already challenging for the lead, and he's going to make it stick through turn 2. He does. So Dr. Esty leads the race after turn 2, as Jin is hot on the heels in third position. We got JMS in fourth. Can JMS make anything happen? Not this time, as we look a little bit further back. We had Swavi all over the back of Auto trying to make it work, as further up ahead we got what's happening up here. Pasti's trying to go around the outside of Cherry, moves already into the wall, as what's happened to Swavi and Gumad. Too much is going on sometimes. So Gumad goes up the inside, gives Swavi just a little bit of a nudge. Gumad being Gumad pulls off and lets the position back, so Gumad's now dropped down to last, Swavi down to 12th. Gr3 is up to 11th, Grinelli up to 10th. Auto now into 9th position, championship leader 3, as Moose trying to now challenge the two Lamborghinis, as the two Lamborghinis are going side by side around the hairpin, as Grinelli's trying to challenge Auto for 9th position. So Pasti comes out ahead. Moose still challenging Cherry as we're going through this kink section, as they're going side by side. That's not going to work, lads. As complete chaos happens behind. Right, let's watch. So there's a little bit of contact there. So now both drivers have got to go around here very slow. Okay. Let's stick on board with Grinelli. Grinelli gets a little bit of a nudge from Gr3 actually. So this is forcing Auto not really to defend for it initially. Now here's just being a little bit silly in my opinion. If this was me coming through here, I'd probably back out of it just a little bit. Simply because going through too wide through here is not possible. It's hard enough going through here flat out on your own, let alone too wide. Now Auto's still going flat out, and he's seen there's contact. He's seen now there's another contact with the wall. I get it, he's trying to capitalise. Now, Grinelli's not really seen any of this. Has collided with Auto into the wall. Let's jump back into here, sorry. Grinelli's then been speared off into the side of the road. Swavi's somehow made it through, so has Gr3, and Gumad's going to make it through as well. As O'Leary takes the lead. So much is going on. So let's re-watch O'Leary taking the lead of the race. So Dr. Esty just gets it completely wrong going into the hairpin. Yuri and JMS are already having themselves a healthy battle as it is. So yeah, then we had this huge collision further back. So Moo's now still chasing Cherry. Pasty's now got himself into a really good spot trying to chase down the top 5. As we look a little bit further back, Moo's got himself off the track. Auto's trying to go around up the inside of Draz, now going to turn to the outside. Draz is now going to drop down to 11th. Gunmad's now going to try and capitalise on this if he can, and try and catch that slipstream. Moo's going a little wide, coming onto the inters of lap 1, and this is only lap 1. We've got 23 more to go, or 22 now. Is that Dr. It? What's happened to SD again? Whoa! So here it is. Right, so Yuri's trying to challenge Dr. S. Okay, let's jump back again because I clearly can't do camera work. Let's jump on board with Yuri. So Yuri's deep in the slipstream of Dr. S. He goes round and challenges the outside. Dr. Esty just, I think he outbrakes himself, nearly takes out Jin in the process. Kind of does take out Jin. JMS capitalises on, really on sort of both cars. Yuri's now still in 4th position. JMS is still trying to keep the capitalised. Yuri's trying to stick his nose up the inside. Not going to work this time. Can JMS get the run? I think he has. He's got the run. Jin leaves him just enough space as they go around side by side, going around the left-hander. As there's now a drag race up the hill. That Ferrari does not have good straight line speed. Both O'Leary and JMS have been, I wouldn't say complaining, but been mentioning very vastly, yeah, a lot. I'll put it, as Yuri goes up the inside of JMS. Can he make it stick? No, not this time, as Pasty's now right behind Yuri. So Pasty challenging for 4th position. JMS still challenging for 2nd, Yuri challenging for 3rd. And this is just allowing O'Leary to disappear, as we've got a couple of cars in the background off in the grass. Is that another car spun? Whoa! Whoa! How did you... Ooh. Let's jump on board from Gunmad's perspective. Jesus. Right, so I understand why Gunmad went off, but Dr. Esty now gaining a position as Grindelli gets the corner wrong again, as Draz has got himself massive damage. So let's jump back further forward as Gunmad's now up to 10th position. We've got Auto in 9th, not really made up at much ground. We've got Cherry in 8th, we've got Moo in 7th, we've got Swavi in 6th. After having an earlier incident, we got Pasty in 5th, we've got JMS now in 4th, Yuri now in 3rd, after overtaking JMS around the outside. So a fantastic move we just saw then from Yuri. We then got Jin in 2nd, and we got O'Leary, who's just disappeared off into 1st at the moment with really good tyres actually. So, can JMS stick with Yuri? Yuri's got definitely a much faster car down the straight. He's got Pasty right. JMS has got Pasty right behind him, which has also got a much faster car down the straight. As JMS slightly defends a little. Does this compromise him as we go through this little twisty bit? As further back, we got Cherry now down to 9th, being very closely followed by Gunmad, and Auto's recently gotten past him. Cherry tries to have a look at Auto. Auto defends. Gunmad switches from the inside back to the outside, looks for the better exit. Is there going to be a move coming down the start-finish straight? Auto gets a lightning exit compared to Cherry. Gunmad's now right behind him. What's Gunmad gonna do? Is he going to push him or is he going to go for an overtake? Gamad's not close enough this lap to make any sort of moves as we go further forward. As Pasty has gotten past JMS, and so does Swabby. Swabby goes up the inside on both these S's. JMS gives him the room, but does he have a look? No, he can't get his nose up the inside on the right-hander. That follows up, so JMS is slowly losing positions. Pasty now up to 4th, Swabby's up to 5th. Yuri's now up to 2nd, which is something else I missed, as Jin's now down to 3rd. So Yuri could potentially challenge for the race win here. Excuse me. Jin seems to have been dropped. Jin's starting to drop back just a little bit. He's now very much in the clutches of Pasty. Can Pasty make anything happen over the next couple of corners? Does he start the setup here? I think he does. He takes a slightly wider entry, tries to straighten up it. Can't speak English at all today. Tries to straighten up his exit. It's enough for the slipstream from Yuri, so I think it's just going to be a straight fight between the Lamborghini and the Ford GT. As further back we've got JMS versus Moo, as Moo just goes straight sweeping around because of that straight line speed of the Supra. So JMS slowly falling backwards now. Just looking in the background, Gamad's dropped off a little bit from Cherry, although he's still there. Let's jump back further, back, forward. Pasty's done it. Let's jump back and have a look. So Pasty, who got robbed of a position last week, I say last week, last race week, as he goes straight up the inside through the S's. What a lovely move. Very, very clean. Respect given from both drivers and space given as well. And here comes Swabby. Swabby's now going to try and capitalise on Jin. As Jin shows him the shut door and very much says to him, nope, you're not coming through here. As we now go plummeting down the hill, around the right hander and back up again. This is where the Supras are particularly quick. As soon as we start getting sort of north of 140, 150 miles an hour, that's when they start getting quick. As a flash of lights comes from Swabby as he goes diving up the inside. JMS doesn't really see him actually. Let's go back and have a look. Does Jim actually see him? I'll turn it in. It's hard to tell from the steering input. I'm not sure if Jin actually knows he was coming. As moves all over the back of Jin, Jin's starting to struggle a little bit now. The engine thought the Ford GT might be the car to pick this season, as we got Auto versus JMS further back. As Jin just clips the Arm Cove barrier on the entry, JMS is still just about ahead, but he's got 3 cars that are very much quicker behind him. I'm just going to keep an eye on Moo because I have a feeling Moo's going to have a little look this time around. No, he's not. Let's jump back as JMS defends the inside from Auto. Cherry defends the inside from Gunlad. Gunlad tries to go around the outside. Does he make it work? No, Cherry's gotten himself a better exit and a bit more speed compared to Gunlad. Gunlad's struggling a little bit this time. Auto's gotten past JMS. JMS goes a little deep. Gunlad trying to set up a move on Cherry. Can he get the switch back? Not quite. As we come down down the hill, round the corner and back up again. Gumad tries to go round the outside as we go up the hill. Can he outbreak Cherry as we go round this left-hander? Cherry goes a little deep. Can Gumad get the switchback? No, he can't. Cherry keeps the position, keeps Knight's position at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I can't catch it all. Right, let's jump back forward. Let's move. Moo's had a moo moment. So, Pasty's dropped right into the back, right back into the clutches of Moo. Moo's gone past Jin. Jin's not given up the fight yet. As Moo goes very late up the inside of Pasty. I'm going to have a look. Let's have another look at that. That was very late move from Moo. I'd almost like to say that was almost a bit of a push pass. Definitely a block pass. Definitely a block pass, and very cheeky one at that, in my opinion, but racing is racing. As Jin tries to have another little go at Moo, can he make it work this time? Moo's slightly offset just a little bit, but Moo's just got himself a hell of an exit, and Jin just hasn't really gone anywhere, so he's now into the clutches of Pasty. Can Pasty regain 5th position from Jin and try and take back the top 5? Let's stick with this group for just another couple of corners. No, not this time. Let's have a look as Leary's gotten past. Excuse me, as Leary's gotten back past Yuri's. Yuri's gone off into the grass on that tricky little corner. Not the only one this race. As Moo and Jin, Pasty and Jin, excuse me, are still up. Pasty has a look down the inside, and here comes Auto. Auto's now trying to have a little piece of this as Pasty's got himself a really good mid-corner. Got himself a good exits there, coming still up side, not quite side by side. Jin's now going to have a slightly compromising line as Auto's now going to try and have a piece of this as well. Auto having a look up the inside of Pasty. Is Pasty going to defend? No, he's going to allow Auto to go straight up the inside. So can Auto keep the position? He can. So Auto using the inside line to his advantage, and has now gotten past Pasty. So good move from Auto. Pasty's now starting to drop down. Can JMS try and capitalise? Let's stick with this group for another couple of corners. As Pasty is very much in the slipstream now of Auto. JMS can't quite keep up with these guys near the front. Lack of top speed really starting to shine as Pasty goes around the outside of the hairpin. Does he make it work? He does for the minute. Does Auto back out of it, or does Auto stick there? No, Auto slightly backs out. He's now going to compromise his line. As Pasty touches the wall. Okay, let's have a look. So Pasty touches the wall a little bit, so it slowed him down. Auto's tried to avoid, and JMS has just grabbed a pair of them after being persuaded out to the very inside. So JMS is now getting 2 positions. Pasty's now got damage on his front right, and is now down to 8th position with Cherry right behind him, and Gumad still in 10th position. Struggling a little bit here. I'm gonna let you two talk banter. Oh no, he's gone. I think it's just you now, Yuri. I think he's gone. Now Cherry had a couple of bad corners from the looks of it. Can Gumad capitalise? Pasty's definitely has been going the wrong way again as Pasty's trying to capitalise on JMS. JMS has had a... Okay, let's go back because I was too busy reading fucking... Let's go back and rewatch this again. Sorry, I was trying to catch up with the comments. Ooh, JMS has just had a little bit of a moment. Auto's going to say thank you very much. I'm going to have that till he does. So Auto's now back up into 6th. Pasty's now going to try and have a little go. He does have a go. He does have a go up the inside. Does JMS still hold the position? He does. He's got the outside line to begin with. Then he's got the inside. Doesn't get the exit he's after. So Pasty's now up to 7th. JMS back down to 8th. Cherry up into 9th and Gumad still in 10th. Cherry now having to go at past, not past it, JMS, excuse me, as JMS is still having to go at Pasty. Who's going to be the late of the late breakers as JMS tries to go around the outside. Doesn't make it work this time. Pasty does a good job defending. It's now bunching this group up a lot. Just having a quick look at all about the same as we got a yellow flag. Who's spun out? Moo has had a moo moment. What has happened? Oh, that's not going to help. Careful on the yeah, to be fair, you can't really be careful on the rejoin there. So, after Moo's having a movement, this promotes everybody up a position. Now, both Lamborghinis have gotten past JMS. Can Gumad get past JMS now as well to potentially, excuse me, try and give him a little bit of a good race as Gumad's now deep in the deep in the slipstream. He was deep in the slipstream. Now he's side by side with JMS. Let's jump on board. Can you make anything work as he goes around the outside of JMS? Touches a little bit of gravel, goes around the right. Gives JMS a little bit of space. Makes it work this time. Yeah, he did make it work. Sorry, let's just go back and watch that again. Not because the move was good, because something happened back here. Oh, JMS just gives him a little touch. Gumad holds it. JMS is respectful, doesn't take advantage, so slots back in behind. So Gumad now up to 8th position. Finally, something's starting to go his way a little bit, as now he's going to try and chase down 2 Lamborghinis of Cherry and Pasty. Going further forward. Also going to try and reel in Jin. Suavi's now starting to reel in Yuri a little bit, as Yuri still has the fastest lap from lap 4. And we've got O'Leary still in first position, being chased down now by Yuri. I know you're respectful, JMS, and I know you hate your car. Let's see what this pack can do. As Jin goes through, Auto goes through, Pasty comes through, Cherry comes through, Gumad goes through with JMS right behind him. As Moo comes through as well. Dr. Esty still in 11th position, Draz in 12th, and we got Granelli all the way down, who's just pitted actually and gone onto the hard compounded tyre. So he's going to try and undercut a lot of people now, potentially, and try and go on to the end of the race, as there's the race leader. Now this could harm Grinelli a little bit because everyone else is still on the medium tyres. And they're still pretty good medium tyres, actually. So really sort of like a one-stop medium around about the end of 11, maybe the end of 12 would be good. If you can come in at the end of 12, you've got a little bit less fuel to put in, but you're then trying to overcut someone. Or if you come in at this lap, you could try the undercut. Now, Yuri has really pulled in O'Leary as we've got blue flags being waved for the car ahead, who's still several corners ahead. I say several corners, he's still a little bit ahead. As O'Leary gets that corner a little bit wrong, does Yuri challenge for first position? Let's find out. Excuse me, sorry. Yuri goes up to the outside. O'Leary defends the inside. Yuri comes swooping in from the outside, makes it work and sticks it. As we now got Yuri back in the race lead, as O'Leary has been in the lead for a little while now. As O'Leary tries to challenge to the inside, doesn't get it to work. Yuri swoops around from the outside, shutting that door. So blue flag's being shown for Grinelli. Is Grinelli far enough away? He's okay for now. As we got Gumad in the pits. Gumad's now going to try and undercut a lot of the cars ahead of him. So this is going to put him out into some clean air. Try and hopefully get some good laps down, as JMS is now up into 9th. Auto's dropped a couple of positions as Moo's now made up a couple of spots. Patsy's just gotten past Jin, and now Cherry's going to try and get past Jin as well. So we'll stay with this group for a moment. I'll keep... No, we won't. As we'll jump back up here, as we got a change for P2. As Swabby goes up the inside. It seems to be his favourite passing place at the moment. I know you're impartial. As we go a bit further back, Jin still defending from Cherry. So can Cherry make anything out of this last corner? Not this time, as does anyone come into the pits? Yuri comes into the pits, Swabby, O'Leary comes into the pits. Is Pasty going to come in as well? Pasty comes in, Cherry comes in, Jin stays out, Moo comes in. Does Auto come in? No. JMS comes in. Does Dr. Esty come in? No. Dr. Esty stays out. Let's watch Draz. Draz has probably got to come in. Oops. Let's jump back. There we go. So Draz is going to come in as well. So Gunmad, one of the first people to pit out the group ahead. Can he undercut anybody? Let's stick on board and find out. No, if anything, he lost a position to JMS. But Gummad's got the overspeed. No, he hasn't. He's gained the position back. So Gummad with the overspeed has managed to get back past JMS for 10th position, but he's really sort of lost out to everybody else, who's now got one lap fresher tyres than himself. So the undercut didn't work for Gummad this time. As Moo's now trying to get past Cherry. Cherry and Pasty have, I think, lost a little bit of time in the pits. Was that a weave? Careful, you don't want to be weaving like that. I know it's only a little one, we don't want to be weaving. think you got away with that, Cherry. In the future, try not weave, because I got caught out, funny enough, at this track a couple of seasons ago. Whoa. That's O'Leary, who came into pit, has been not really jumped by Yuri, but Yuri's been jumped by Suave. So Yuri's now got a battle with Suave, so Jin comes in from the lead. Auto stays out another lap. Does Dr. Esty come in? Yes, Dr. Esty does come in. So Yuri is now going to try and have a look potentially to take net pole position. That Supra's quick down the straight. There's no denying it. Can Yuri make that AMG just as quick, if not a little bit quicker? Does Yuri have a go? Not this time. He tries to go around the outside, can't make it work this time. We'll have a look at where Jin comes out in just a moment's time. Suave goes a little deep the first time. I think Yuri's gone a little bit of a different line. Definitely a switchback. So we're now going side by side. So we're now side by side coming up towards this left-hander. Yuri has got the wider line. Does he get the switchback? I think he does get a little bit of a switchback. He gets a slightly quicker exit. He's closing up, so we go up the hill. Around the left-hander. Yuri's trying to find any sort of way past. Move Suave at all. Doesn't move this time. No, Leary's still just about there. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to hold on to this pace, as Yuri's using all the tracking a little bit more, and Auto comes in with 10 laps to go. Suave seems to have gotten himself just a bit of a better exit than Yuri this time, so don't think there's any moves going to happen. Let's have a quick look through the rest of the grid, as moves now gotten past both Lamborghinis. Excuse me, as Gomhat's now onto the back of Jin. So Jin extending has done himself a little bit of justice, not too much. Now Auto comes out of the pit lane. He's going to come out right into opposing right out into traffic. As Jin goes up the inside, Auto's now going to try and have a look at the switchback. Gummad's not able to capitalise on that at all. He's gotten closer though. So the leaders are still as they are. Gummad's really close to Auto this time. Can he make any move work? No, not this time. Auto has come out on softs. That is something I didn't notice, apologies. So everyone else is on the mediums, Auto's on the softs with 9 laps to go. Cars very quickly to get himself back up to the top 5, definitely the top 5 if not the top 3, and him being stuck behind Jin and potentially defending and battling Gunmad's not going to do him any sort of favours. Gunmad's trying to show his nose at the inside, trying to offset him just a little bit. We have a yellow flag, no longer a yellow flag, don't know what for, don't see anyone off or spinning around. Let's try to rejoin. Right, okay, I know why. I definitely know why. No, I don't know why. Let's jump back, sorry, because we have a change of leader. That'll be why. So Suave just lights up the rear and loses it on the exit of the final corner, and basically hands Yuri almost an easy victory with O'Leary in second. So Suave's now got everything to do with 8 laps to go, as he's quite far behind now. So Yuri leads with O'Leary in second. Suave in third, Moore in fourth, Pasti in fifth, Cherry in sixth, Gin in seventh, Auto in eighth, Gumad in ninth, JMS in 10th, Dr. Esty in 11th, Draz in 12th, and Gunelli in 13th. I think this is going to be the closest battle on track at the moment. It's going to be between these two groups. I'm going to try my best to watch both groups at the same time. So Moot leading the two Lamborghinis, as further back we got Jin trying to defend from Auto and Gunmad. All three drivers trying to make up time, trying to make up ground, as Auto now has a little look up the inside of Jin. Can he make it stick? He does not. Jin clobbers the wall on the apex. Can Gunmad capitalise? So Auto now through into 7th position. As Jin has a little bit of a rubber band effect going through the scariest corner on this track. Gunmad not able to capitalise. He's close though. As Jin goes a little bit wide through the last corner, we'll stay on board with these two just for a moment. I'm going to keep my eye out ahead. No move made this lap around, as Moo's now slowly starting to drop the two Lamborghinis. The two Lamborghinis still running together. Look a little further back. Gunmad got a bit too tight this time. Not able to make anything work this time around. I think it just took a little bit too much curb on the entry of the S's. Right, let's have a little flick through because I think it's starting to calm down a little bit now, as we got, what, 7 laps to go. Let's jump back forward, let's see if there's any battles. Larry has closed up the gap a little bit to Yuri. Not much though. Probably not really enough for Yuri to worry about. Larry's still in second quite comfortably. Suave's still in third, starting to catch up a little bit. He's just at the fastest lap of the race with 300ths of a second. His teammate moves in fourth, leading quite a chunk of the pack actually, and all spaced out just enough for them to not really be able to do much. So we then got, moving forward, we've got Pasti and Cherry in 5th and 6th. Again, not really able to do much in this position. We've got Auto in 7th, we've got Jin in 8th, very closely followed by Gunmad actually. This might be a little bit of a battle here. We might be able to see something. Tier 4 might be able to provide some sort of entertainment, as Jin takes the line a little tighter. Gunmad opens up the steering just a little bit more, trying to grab a little bit of extra speed. JMS is in 10th. Just out of touch of the group ahead of him at the moment. Auto's trying to close himself up to the two Lamborghinis ahead. Jin taking a little bit of grass. Can Gunmad capitalise? No, he's going to duck back in. He's going to try and set it up. He's going to try and set up the switchback. Not quite going to work this time, as I'm going to go a little bit further forward. As you've got the two Lamborghinis having a battle as well. And the two Lamborghinis going to fight each other, or they're going to work together. I think they're going to work together this time, as we got Jin versus Gunmad, as Gunmad tries to go around the outside of Jin, uses a lot of the entry curb, as he can't quite make the move stick. So Jin keeps hold of 8th position at the moment. Gunmad's got to try and set this up again. Gets a little squiggly coming out that with that rear just stepping out a little bit on him, so it's going to compromise his run up the hill this lap. So he's not really going to be able to make anything move at the moment. His tyres are looking very good. Jin's looking exceptional actually. So maybe Auto might have been onto something with potentially extending and then doing the medium soft strategy. Now Auto's starting to close up on the Lamborghinis. The two Lamborghinis have switched positions actually. When did that happen? Ah, that's when it happened. So Pasty doing Pasty things has just slightly lost the rear. Coming into turn 1, that cost him 5th position, funny enough to myself, at Watkins Glen, right pretty much on the final corner. Him losing the rear, it also cost him loads of time, and he potentially could have run that race. Had he just come in maybe a lap earlier, it might just cost him a little bit. That's further back. Gunmad's not close enough to Jin this lap around. He's nowhere near him actually. Can Pasty make a move back on his teammate? He's close enough. Can Pasty get him back up to 5th position? Or are these two going to work together? No, they're going to stay one behind the other at the moment. I mean, Cherry is a little bit quicker on average, not by much, just a little bit, so maybe Cherry wants... Okay, never mind, I was going to say maybe it might have been a smart idea for Cherry to go and then Pasty to be dragged along by Cherry. But I don't think that's the case here today. Cherry goes a little bit wide, Pasty trying to get the switch back, not able to make it work. I think they're slowly starting to catch up on Moo, just a little bit. They're starting to reel him in a little bit. There's Auto's now there as well. Cherry's got in a good couple of corners, Pasty's dropped back a little bit. And Cherry's now really reeled in Moo. As I look further back, Gunman's now right in the back of Jin again. We're going to keep an eye on that. Let's just stick. Is there anything going to happen here? No, too far apart. I think this is going to be our closest battle hit. So it's Jin versus Gunman again, the 2Gs. I get it. 2Gs back at it. Jin's going to defend the inside. He feels like he needs to defend. So Gunman's going to take a wider entry, get the apex right, try and carry the speed. Gunman's still struggling a little bit. His tyres are starting to drop quite a bit now. He did stop a couple of laps earlier, and he's also taken a lot of toll from the looks of it, taking a lot of curb and just burnt a load of time. So that battle's now been and done. Auto's tyres are now starting to fade away a little bit, so this will be where the mediums will now start being quicker. So Auto might have just pushed him a little bit too hard. And he was doing the same sort of lap times as these two ahead of him. As Pasty now right all over the back of his teammate as Pasty hits the wall actually. So Pasty hits the walls now, but damage. Does this allow Auto to step in? No, I think Auto's a little bit too far back. Let's jump back forward again. Swabby's now caught up quite a bit to the back of O'Leary, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as O'Leary's sort of about the same position, if not slightly further back. Excuse me, from Yuri. And Yuri's still in the lead of this race. As we drop further back, there's a huge gap between third and fourth. Two Lamborghinis still at it, well, kind of still at it. Pasty's now opened up a little bit of gap to Auto. Jin has opened up a little bit of gap to Gunmad. JMS is starting to catch up a little bit to Gunmad. Dr. Estes in sort of no man's land, so's Draz, and so is Runelli, who was the first one to stop. Has not really made the massive undercut work. Jump back forward, let's try and find a battle. I think this is probably going to be the closest. Whoa! There's clearly, I've been downloading way too many exhaust pipes on this PlayStation, as I seem to be having rubber banding replays at the moment. And yeah, Tier 4 kind of just being a little bit boring. I'm not really boring, just not much going on. So Pasty pulling out a little bit of a gap to Auto that lap. I think he's pulled out about half a second on that lap. So Pasty now starting to switch back on. Can try and close up to his teammate, who's just pulled 0.3 of a second in that lap. As we look a little bit further back, Gunmad's now starting to reel in Jin again. So Gunmad's taken half a second out of Jin that previous lap. JMS is still there. JMS stopped the lap after Gunmad. And Gunmad seems to have the best fuel out of the lot, but Jin seems to have the best tyres, but Jin did stop a lap or a couple of laps later. Let's jump back forward. Not really much going on here. Let's jump forward a little bit more. Swabby's dropped right back. I think he might have had like a little mistake. And we got O'Leary still chasing that, well, still trying to chase down Yuri, but not really to too much effect, and Yuri still in total control of this race. No, don't worry, it about sums it up for me as well. I didn't really make up that much ground when I was hoping to. I started 11th, I'm there in 9th. So let's jump forward as we come on to the last lap of this race. Swavi had a sort of average lap. Sorry, I know I'm jumping quite a bit. I'm trying to find any sort of battle I can find, anybody that's close. And nobody's really close, so in that case we'll jump to the top 3. We'll give them a bit of limelight as well. They've had a little bit. So the championship leader is in 3rd position. His rival's down in 7th. So So it's going to be a good point haul for Suave. I believe it's championship leader. Let me make the... As we come round for the final time, let's jump over to Yuri. As we come up to the last corner, he's had a really strong feature race. Bit of an average sprint, good strategy call from Yuri, pitted at the right time, unlike his teammate who tried the undercut. It didn't work as he comes around the last corner. Keeps it straight, keeps it squared, doesn't touch anything. Really happy with itself as Yuri comes through for victory at Sardegna in the feature with O'Leary in second. Good race from him. Suave in third. Fantastic race from him. We got Moo coming down the start finish straight in fourth position. Oh, pretty good race from him. We got Cherry in fifth. Pasty in sixth, doing Pasty things. We got Otto in seventh, trying to damage control as much as he can. Jin in eighth. We got Gumad in ninth. A race to forget, I think. JMS doing JMS things in 10th. Another race person to probably forget this race as well. We then got Dr. Esty, who was turn 2 lap 1 in first position, who's now down all the way down into 11th after making 2 errors in braking. So another person to forget this race, as we got Draz in 12th, making up a position. Draz comes over the line for 12th position, and then we got Granelli, who tried to undercut everybody by doing a really long strategy, or long hard stint, excuse me, not making it work. Larry somehow got that 458 behaving. I don't know how he did. Might just be a little bit driving style. As here comes Granelli around the last corner for 13th position, and that's their feature race. So here we are, guys. Thank you very much. And the plan is I will do Moo Village or Alas Village, however you want to pronounce it, tomorrow, and then on Wednesday I've also got Wednesday off as well, so I'm then going to plan on doing the Nordschleife on Wednesday. I'll be doing tier 4 and tier 5 for both days. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.